And here we go. So if you guys were here for the first race, you're probably going to hear a lot of the same stuff over again. But I wasn't, so I'm just going to tell it like it is. This is the intro stage. Now the goal here is to obviously not let go of right. And there are some secondary objectives, like we want to get our health down to 3 or less because there's an unwinnable vial fight at the end of the stage. So the primary time save here is going to come from mashing and mashing these Bs down in particular. Now, 2-Stop gets the passive B pattern and does the typical 2-bonk strat, while ShadowZero gets the machine gun. So he's going to have more health. Now, 2-Stop's going to have to be careful. Oh, he does turn around for that health, so he's going to be fine now. He did get a second passive, so good thing he grabbed that health. Otherwise, with the typical 2-bonk strat, if neither B uses one of his other patterns and you simply crash into his body directly, you will die from the amount of damage. It's 4 damage per hit, and X has 16 health. So 2-Stop having the wherewithal to pick up that health and is going to be just fine. He's going to have a bit of extra health. ShadowZero's already down to 2 where he needs to be for the vial sequence. Well, 2-Stop has got a bit extra, so we're probably going to see the task car strategy here from 2-Stop. It's a strat we use. Not only is it slightly faster because, as you see, you get to walk across the tops of these cars. Ooh, when 2-Stop makes a bit of a mistake there, but is down to where he needs to be. So, but you can take the damage that you need to take without losing any time and actually gaining time in the process by walking across the car as it's moving right for a sort of double right speed. Some RNG segments here. The ship is placement is RNG. As you see, ShadowZero chasing his own. He gets a 3rd car, so he's going to lose a bit more time there. And 2-Stop gets a pretty good vial pattern. Vial right next to him, doesn't have to walk very far to be in position to grab him. Let's see what ShadowZero gets. Pretty typical pattern. About 1 jump back. Not bad at all. So 2-Stop's going to carry a bit of a lead out of this intro. And let's see what he decides to do going forward. Okay, up next we've got Chill Penguin, Icy Penguigo. Since we are on the Japanese version, I think both racers are. I know 2-Stop is. And looks like, yeah, ShadowZero's on the J version as well. Now the J version saves a bit of time in text boxes only. There are no gameplay differences of note, so it's purely a text time save. Chill Penguin's always the first stage because, for obvious reasons, the boots are here. It's going to speed up the rest of the game immensely, and it's a relatively easy stage, at least in the beginning. You see some slight movement tech, like these slope jumps from 2-Stop. I don't want to go too deep into it because you probably heard it 1,000 times, but essentially they save a little bit of time by jumping on the slope, and also adds a little bit of height to your jump as well. Allows you to reach this ledge ShadowZero is going for now without having to go all the way to the left like he did. But 2-Stop's got his boots and will be speeding up quite a bit here. First thing of note is this no-stop hallway. 2-Stop does not quite get it, but doesn't cost much time. Oh, of note, I guess this is an any percent race, so players are allowed. Oh, he's going bottom route. You don't see this one. Interesting route decision from 2-Stop here. Slope jump and a double kick to get out. I like it. So as expected, we might be seeing some interesting strategies from 2-Stop showing off. But back to the category, players are allowed to grab any safeties they want, up to and including the Hadouken. Now, the Hadouken takes quite a bit of time to get, so it's not a very good idea, and I don't think we've seen it yet in this tournament, and I doubt we will. And the fastest way to do any percent in this game is to do basically low percent, true low percent. So the only upgrades 2-Stop will be getting, I imagine, are the boots, which he's already got, and the Buster upgrade later in the game are both required upgrades to beat the game. Now, Chill Penguin is one of the more frustrating bosses. Sort of a gatekeeper to a lot of runs in RTA. He has a bunch of patterns that he can do, but one of them being a slide, it grants him complete invulnerability. We're not seeing many on ShadowZero's side. There's one there. But, oh, and a double. I think Two Stop got a double as well in his fight, which are pretty frustrating because there is no downtime at all between his slides, and he's totally invulnerable for the duration of both of them. ShadowZero playing a little safe here, doesn't want to try to shoot the gap. Penguin does dish out a bunch of damage, and no safeties available to either their player yet, so health can be a serious concern in this fight. Meanwhile, Two Stop onto Boomer Kwanger's stage. This is a pretty interesting stage for a lot of reasons. It varies from the other stages mostly in that it's got a lot of vertical movement, where the other stages are more horizontal for the most part. And so the tech and the movement is completely different. Now, I wonder if we'll see something fancy from Two Stop here. Looks like he's getting started on this climb. Can he pull it off? Takes a bonk off the Jamminger, getting up. Is he gonna go left? Yeah, he goes left here. Now, you may be asking yourself, why the heck isn't he dead? No, he fell down. Oh, no. Okay, he's going to have to start making his way back up. Oh, he takes a death on the spikes. Oh, that's unfortunate. You may be asking why he didn't die much earlier in that climb, and that's due to a glitch in that elevator, where those wall spikes aren't instant death spikes, the ones along the wall, but they do massive amounts of damage. So the idea is that if you try to kick off of them without pressing your D-pad towards them, you'll get the hit stun and the invincibility frames, but you won't take any of the damage. So you see ShadowZero doing the same thing here, but just utilizing it to line himself up against the wall so that he can just stand here for the rest of the elevator. And it looks like Two Stop is not going to go for it again this race. And that has allowed ShadowZero to take the lead. But I doubt that those are the end. That's the end of the swag strats from Two Stop in this race. That one being one of the most impressive yet difficult and pretty much impossible to save time with in real time strategies in the game. So, oh, and Two Stop takes another death on the outside climb. Lucky the checkpoint is at the bottom of this climb out here at the top of the elevator, so he isn't going to lose that much time, but that's going to give ShadowZero even more of a chance here, even more of a lead going into the Kwanger fight. Man. Okay, Two Stop making his way back up. Two Stop known for some amazing strategies and execution in some of these tournament races, and the Mega Man X relay that we did earlier this year. Two Stop actually pulled off the Kwanger skip. I'm sure we'll be seeing him go for that again, whether or not he gets just sort of up to the random nature of the trick, but hopefully we get to see it again here as we saw it in the relay. So ShadowZero in a bit of trouble here, down at low enough health where one hit from Kwanger will take him out, but he's playing it pretty safe and looks like he's going to wrap up the fight. Meanwhile, Two Stop executing the Kwanger Tango and has entered the teleport phase now and should be smooth sailing. Not that far behind given the 2 deaths that he took on the stage. So, but ShadowZero is going to carry a bit of a lead into Chameleon stage. Chameleon next. From here on, we sort of follow the weakness order up to a point where we can then diverge. But I'll talk about that when we get there. So Sting Chameleon being weak to Boomer Kwanger's weapon, this is a natural progression. Pretty straightforward stage. I'm not sure if we'll see any safeties here. There is probably the most valuable safety, but the most time-consuming to get. And ShadowZero does go up. He's going to be getting the armor. And, oh, man. What is Two Stop doing? Oh, he didn't get it. Two Stop going for the phantom grab of the heart down below. It's the new route for 100%. It's the new trick that allows us to do this third in 100% now as well. Chameleon, that is. But oh, and he gets the bird dupe. Oh man. Two Stop showing off all the cool strats. Mech strats coming in now. Oh my god. Two Stop, you're killing me. But ShadowZero is fighting Green Biker Dad or RT55J. This grants him the armor. The armor is going to reduce damage taken by half, so it's a very, very, very good safety if you're worried about the later stages of the game where the difficulty goes up and the bosses start dealing a lot more damage. Oh, Two Stop. I've never seen that before. The chameleon dance where he rodeos around chameleon as his boomerang. Oh man, that was impressive. Two Stop is cracking me up right now. This is too good. But ShadowZero making his way through the swamp. This is, like I said, it's a pretty straightforward stage unless you're Two Stop and go for all this crazy tech. But making use of the ice shot here, taking out these swamp enemies, and we'll be fighting probably the easiest boss of the 8 maps, or of the entire game, I guess. Let's see what we get from Two Stop and Eagle. I wonder what kind of swag strats he has in mind here. Looks like Two Stop maybe going for the death kick. Yeah, he does the walk setup. Oh, and he bails. His setup was a little off, so he did not decide to go for the death kick. Okay, Storm Eagle is another source of RNG here. Another bird, and birds are jerks, similar to Penguin. He has an attack that can lose a bunch of time. It's his dive attack. This time he's not invulnerable, but he is off screen, so you can't reach him with the attack. Looks like Two Stop's getting a favorable pattern here, and we'll get 0 dives. It's like ShadowZero going for the magic carpet ride does not get the phantom grab there. And but he does get an extra heart for safety out of the attempt. Gets hung out to dry by the coat hanger though. Oh, and again, come on. A little further to the left. There you go. See, I imagine ShadowZero maybe goes up here for the sub-tank as well. Yeah, you see he's going to go up and get the sub-tank. Now, sub-tanks in Mega Man X, unlike the classic series, they don't come full and they're not one-time use. They allow you to collect health. When your health is already full, if you collect a health drop, it goes into your sub-tank and fills it up. And then you can use it at a later date to refill your health in a dangerous situation, and then refill it again after that. Meanwhile, Two Stop making his way through Spark Mandrill stage. Spark Mandrill is weak to Penguin's weapon, but the main reason we don't do him second, as the true boss weakness order would suggest, is Thunder Slimer here, because Thunder Slimer takes quite a bit of work to put down, and Tornado, coupled with the boomerangs from Boomer Kwanger stage, help to make short work of him. And having completed Eagle stage, the stage actually changes quite a bit to make it better for going through quickly. See if he goes for the heart here now. And let's see what kind of pattern ShadowZero gets here. If Eagle's as cooperative for him as he was for Two Stop. Looks like no dives for ShadowZero either. So Eagle being quite friendly for this race. Not always the case though, as we will have to fight him again later. We'll see if he changes his tune for the refights. Now Spark Mandrill. Pretty straightforward boss. his punches, as he's getting two-stop quite a bit here, can be a little troublesome because they generally, if you're trying to time your shots perfectly, the punches will make it so that your ice shot hits his invulnerability frames because he's charging at you and closer than you expected. So two-stop had a pretty close call there, but is able to make it out. And you see a route divergence now. ShadowZero doing Flame Mammoth instead of Spark Mandrill after Eagle. So Flame Mammoth is weak to Storm Eagle, Storm Tornado, and can be done anywhere in the route after Storm Eagle. And you see here two-stop going there now. ShadowZero going, taking the bottom route, picking up another safety heart. Going to be getting quite a few this run, it seems. Two-stop utilizing the ice and the sparks to do a very nice top route. And switches over to Buster for the miners. Now these conveyors can be optimized slightly because some of them moving to the right can actually be used to speed you up if you dash across them, while the others that move to the left, it's actually best to sort of hop across them so that they don't slow you down. And ShadowZero, pretty good second half of the stage. I didn't see any hiccups. Two-stop taking the ladder down for some sweet bottom route. End of Mammoth strats. Never seen that one before. Ever the showman, two-stop. Flame Mammoth, another one of those straightforward bosses. These tornadoes can actually double hit Mammoth because they linger around long enough that they can hit him once his iframes run out. Convenient strategy. You notice they put him up around the ears, kind of, and that's in case Mammoth decides to jump around. It'll still hit him because he can't jump all the way out of the tornado as he could if it were on the ground. So you see ShadowZero now get a do Spark Mandrill, and the routes have already converged. Having both players having done Mammoth. Two-stop onto Armored Armadillo stage. See if he goes. I wonder what kind of strats he can surprise us with here. Looks like ShadowZero is going down. He's going to be getting himself another sub-tank. This one doesn't take too long to get. It's a bit out of the way. Oh, ShadowZero losing his cart, or two-stop rather. I'm not sure. Not sure what we're doing here, or how that happened. I looked away. ShadowZero making good use of his tornadoes to get through this hallway that is otherwise pretty tricky. And two-stop making his way through Dillo. Pretty straightforward stage in Dillo. Lots of riding on carts. Some decent movement stuff in between, but a lot of sort of just standing there. ShadowZero utilizing strictly tornadoes. Oh, it swaps to the Sea Sting. Sea Sting and Boomerang are sort of interchangeable on the Thunder Slimer fight. And two-stop throws the Boomerang at the heart. Does not get it to curve up as he intended. So what was likely to be his one and only safety is no longer going to be in his pocket. So and ShadowZero going for the heart on Mandrill as well. So let me see. Can I count that high? Eagle heart, Mammoth heart, and Mandrill heart so far, I believe, for ShadowZero. Two-stop gets the optimal open from Armored Armadillo. Armadillo control in the fight. His initial roll can last as long as he wants it to. And he's invulnerable for the duration of his initial roll until you're able to take his armor off with a spark shot. ShadowZero doesn't have any issues with Spark Mandrill. Pretty good fight for him there. Two-stop moving on to a Launch Octopus, utilizing some Fire Wave strat there. That was kind of fancy. Underwater Fire Waves. Launch Octopus is one of the more dangerous stages, especially probably the most dangerous stage of the 8 maps, hands down. You got all these mini bosses, and 2-Stop gets the unfavorable suck pattern from the first sub, so he's going to linger around and try to pick up some health. Not much there. So with these multiple mini bosses and Octo being a pretty dangerous fight himself, and 2-Stop takes another death. That is a fairly common death, and the checkpoint, oh no, it's a game over. Oh, that's going to cause him, he's going to have to restart the entire stage. The checkpoint is just before that pit, so had he had any extra lives left, he wouldn't have lost very much time at all to that death, but we do get to see his fancy Firewave strat again. So it's a win for us. And ShadowZero making good use of this ice. The ice is a powerful weapon in the speedrun. It's ricochets coupled with its initial shot can cause quite a bit of damage very quickly. And so this time 2-Stop gets the more favorable pattern, but does bonk the fish there. So he's losing a bit of health, and he falls in. Oh man, that's close. God, you're scaring me, man. Oh, and ShadowZero loses his cart. Man, that's frustrating. I've been there. Here we have the third mini boss of the Octo stage there, Tuberos Sea Snake. With one properly placed tornado, he falls pretty quickly. And 2-Stop will be on to Launch Octopus. Now, Launch Octopus has a bunch of moves, and all of them are kind of dangerous and annoying. He's got his homing fish attack that will search for, they'll track you as a homing shot would. He's got regular missiles that shoot directly across the screen. He's got an energy drain attack that makes him invulnerable. And his body contact deals 4 damage. So 2-Stop's going to have to be pretty careful here. But a seasoned vet like him, I don't think will have too much trouble. Ooh, he does take a body hit from Octo, so one more of those and he'll be done. The missiles and the fish only do 2 damage, so he is safe to take one more of those, but he doesn't need it. And puts Octo away without him doing the energy drain attack, so that's always nice. And I think I'm almost positive ShadowZero picked up his 4th safety art. So he's going to have 8 extra HP going into the fortress, as well as 2 sub-tanks and the armor. Quite the suite of safeties. Okay. 2-Stop. Ooh, we went for the task leap there. It's a strategy that requires some subpixel manipulation, and unfortunately his subpixels were not in the proper position, so he wasn't able to get the super fast version. But here he goes for the Vile Skip, as you've probably heard. Ooh, when ShadowZero gets the lag light from the sub, that's frustrating. The light causes a great amount of lag while it's on screen, which slows your fight down considerably. So by not touching the ground in front of the first door, 2-Stop was able to sort of combine some cutscenes here, which saves quite a bit of time in this whole sequence. Another unwinnable sequence with Vile here. That's why you saw him taking some intentional damage early. It looks like ShadowZero is going to need a second tornado to put down the Sea Snake. Might check for some health now. He thinks he's got plenty of health, which I agree. He's got the armor as well. Should have a pretty safe Octo fight. Now, the Vile fight on 2-Stop's side is always pretty fun. He's got short iframes and does a lot of damage, so it's kind of dangerous, but super fun when you execute it properly. One missed shot from 2-Stop is going to cost him a bit of time, but solid fight nonetheless. Well, ShadowZero takes down Launch Octopus. See if he gets any energy drain attacks. Looking pretty good so far. A lot of hopping around though. Oh, and one with 1 shot left to go against the energy drain. So coming up on 2-Stop's side, we've got the climb here to Quire. There is a pretty cool strategy. I'm sure 2-Stop will be going for it. Let's see if he can pull it off here. 2 boomerangs. Oh, he gets the drop, but just misses the position. So Fortunately, he's not able to get the Kwanger skip. But maybe we'll see it next race. The idea is you can phantom grab the door. I don't want to get too deep into phantom grabs because we haven't seen any yet. But basically, you grab the door out of position and spawn Kwanger. And you can skip the refight. Saves about 5 seconds in real time. And two-stop makes short work of the Kwanger refight. While ShadowZero starts his ascent into the Sigma Fortress. Here is where the game's difficulty spikes significantly. The bosses start doing a lot more damage, much more difficult fights, lots of spikes and pits and things of that nature. So this is what ShadowZero picked up all those safeties for, was for this fortress. You see him taking intentional damage against this wall. Again, that's for the unwinnable fight with Vile. Two-stop swagging on the spider here, dropping his sleds from far away and letting them ride, and that was pretty good. Spider's pattern is very predictable, and it can be read very quickly. It can be a bit bothersome if Spider starts throwing around a bunch of baby spiders, but two-stop having no problems here. Whoa, dodges that last one just barely. And it looks like ShadowZero missed the Vile cutscene skip here. Just have to wait out that text box. Two-stop on to Sigma 2. This stage is sort of the big equalizer in PB attempts. Some serious randomness. We get both of our random bird bosses. Penguin offering a slide for two-stop right away. Ooh, a double slide. Even better. This is why everyone hates Sigma 2 so much. There's 3 slides already from Chill Penguin. Man. This is where speedruns come to either be made or broken. Two-stop getting pretty unfavorable pattern from Chill Penguin. And up next we have the other Jerk Bird boss in Storm Eagle refight. So maybe he'll be a little nicer. Pretty cool section here though, with some missile strats and some buster mix-ups, and then we get into the gap jump section. Always one of my favorites to practice. Two-stop nails the first one. Number 2, no problem. Number 3, he's in there. 4 for 4. No, just misses the third one, or fourth one. Sorry. Meanwhile, ShadowZero makes his way up the Kwanger climb, going into the refight here with Boomer Kwanger as two-stop gets him. Ooh, that's the hover. Is he going to come back down? Getting a friendly eagle here for two-stop. Jumps over, finishes him from the right side. Very nicely done by two-stop. And ShadowZero taking the corner strats. Pretty safe up there in the corner from Boomer Kwanger. Can't really reach you up there. So you just spam your homing missiles. And Kwanger falls pretty easily. Two-stop on to Rangdabangda, another boss that's sort of frustrating in his random nature, but two-stop gets the very unfavorable green eye, followed by another green eye and the close. So he's gonna have to be pretty careful here. I imagine he still goes for the 1 cycle on the nose, but now he's got to fight 2 eyes well inside this combined space with spikes at the bottom. Well, it should be only 2 more hits, and two-stop has no problems at all. Moving on to Sigma 3. Meanwhile, ShadowZero having a little trouble with Spider here. This is sort of one of the main roadblocks for newer runners, is Bow Spider. And the reason being that they struggle to read these patterns properly. I was suggested once by Tiki, formerly known as 77747, that flashcards could be used to practice this, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. And ShadowZero reaching for his sub-tank now. He's taking quite a bit of damage already in this fight, and is going to top his health off. Start dishing out some of his own. Meanwhile, in case if you missed it, Two Stop has already skipped the Armadillo refight and is on to the Chameleon refight in Sigma 3. ShadowZero sweeping away the baby spiders with his charge shots and using regular ice shots. Much easier to hit Mama Spider here with these regular ice shots. You don't have to be right next to him like you do with the sled. It does cost a few cycles because they only do 3 damage to the sled's 4, and you have plenty of time to charge your sled in between patterns, but Zero getting beat up a bit again here. He's gonna need to start landing some good shots here, not take much damage. Should be only 2 more to go. Ooh, takes another hit though. And Two Stop onto Spark Mandrill refight. Goes for the sled shot. Spark Mandrill falls and lands on top of the sled. He's trying to go for a ride, but gets frozen for his trouble. And Two Stop decides to finish him with some Fire Wave. And ShadowZero makes it out of the Bow Spider fight by the skin of his teeth. Only a little bit of health left there. Two Stop going for some health top off. This is the Octo refight. Again, still very dangerous, and we have 2 more fights to go afterwards. So picking up the health there is a pretty good idea, in my opinion. Pretty good safety. Oh, and ShadowZero falls in the pit. Not the worst place to die. Not very far into the stage, so you don't lose a whole lot of time, but frustrating, I'm sure, nonetheless. Oh man. It's having a little trouble again here. Makes it across the pit this time though. Spraying Sea Sting, spraying down those bats. Takes down the ostrich here. Two Stop take a bit of damage in the Octo fights. Not going to go for the top route top off here. So he's going to have to fight Flame Mammoth, relatively free, as well as D-Rex. Can be pretty difficult with a very low amount of health. I'm pretty sure 1 chomp from D-Rex will put him down as it stands right now. So, see what Two Stop can do. And ShadowZero getting a bit of the business from Penguin. Typical set of slides for him. Now D-Rex is a boss that is pretty dangerous. Similar to Bow Spider, his speed picks up as you deal damage to him. I think at about half health, his speed increases considerably. And he's weak to these boomerangs, which you want to sort of... you want to try to get him to curve upward for the most part, which is not always easiest. As you see, Two Stop has a couple downward curving boomerangs on accident there. ShadowZero using the rolling shield through the gap jump section to try to farm up a bit of health. Not a bad idea. And Two Stop didn't have any trouble with D-Rex. So Two Stop, having finished D-Rex, will now be moving on to the 4th and final Sigma stage. 3 boss fights away from victory here. Well, ShadowZero takes on Storm Eagle. Oh, we didn't have a totally diveless race. He decides to give ShadowZero a few. It's like about 5 dives. No problem. For ShadowZero, though, he's going to move on to the Rangabanga fight. Now, Two Stop on the Velgarder dog fight is going to be going for a strategy we like to call Het Dog. In honor of Hetfield 90, I think, came up with the strat. So gets a pretty favorable pattern. The dog, similar to Vile, has very short iframes. And so the idea is to get between the dog and the wall and hit the dog so that the ricocheted ice goes off screen very quickly. And you're able to shoot again much faster that way. And the dog stayed in position and let Two Stop just sort of light it up. It's a very nice pattern for Two Stop. And on to the Jedi fight. Jedi's weak to sparks. Pretty easy to sort of predict and bait around the room. Ooh, Two Stop does take a hit there. Is now down to only... Go! He takes a death. Oh, he's going for some swag there. I think with the charge spark and something else. I looked away. I was watching ShadowZero's fight. had no problems with Rang to Banga, but Two Stop takes the death on Jedi, and that's going to cost him quite a bit of time. He's got to farm up a little bit of ammo. He's going to have to refight the dog and Jedi before going on to the final fight of the game. ShadowZero going for the Armadillo refight skip, decides to clear out all the enemies to give himself all the time he needs to set this skip up. It's fairly precise. Oh, and he's triggered the camera lock, so he's going to jump into the pit here. And Two Stop gets another beautiful pattern from the dog. Dog doesn't even move. Stands there and does his spark balls. But ShadowZero is going to give it another go. Clear out the enemies. If you get too close to this door, the camera locks, and that's what triggers the Dillo spawn. So by using an ice sled, and I think he's in position here, using an ice sled to zip yourself past the camera lock trigger, you can skip the Dillo refight entirely. Now, if you jump in this room and scroll the camera up, Dillo will spawn because his spawn trigger is based on camera position. Two Stop takes down the Jedi this time, got full health, so he's going to be able to take one hit and survive. In this fight, but this fight is very, very dangerous. The claws can be very trolly. But claw comes down and picks up Two Stop. Now, as long as Two Stop stays on the right edge of the claw, the lightning from the left claw will not hit him. And that's where you want to be. You see that right claw comes across, but because he was on the right edge of the left claw, it doesn't come across all the way and leaves him space to escape to the left. And it looks like he's going to have no problems. Oh, he does take a lightning. So got 1 hit to go, and he finishes it up with a 36-29. Very nice finish by Two Stop there. Well, ShadowZero spraying some boomerang is going to be trying to pick up these healths to top off his sub-tanks for the later portions of this run. Two Stop sacrificing his time for a bunch of swag. Pretty entertaining run, though, from Two Stop, and he's able to get the victory. This is a best-of-3 matchup, so we will have one more race between these two competitors. To answer the question from chat, no, the group stages end today. And the true bracket starts as soon as this race is over, I suppose. It's a single elimination bracket going forward. Still best-of-3, though. So Two Stop having won his first match here. We'll only need to win one more to ensure his spot in the brackets. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's already locked up his spot. Oh, ShadowZero getting accosted by the fish here. Ooh, when he gets swallowed again, oh, it takes some more damage. Into the Octo fight. Again, same as last time. Rolling shields. Care Bear helping out Care Bear. I like it. Getting a bit of the business from Octo here. He's invulnerable during those energy drains. So those are pretty frustrating. So you can jump into them to mash your way out, make it quicker that you can damage him again, but that comes with the risk of an infinite combo from Octopus in which you underflow his release countdown. Again, the Mammoth fight, pretty straightforward. Taking a bit of damage here, but should not be a problem. Got lots of health in the armor to take down Mammoth in one more fight in this stage. Now, as far as the bracket goes, there aren't any races currently scheduled for the bracket because nobody knows who they're facing at and won't know until this race is over and the challenge is updated with the last 2 races from today. After which, people will be able to start scheduling races in the bracket. But ShadowZero here going to face off against D-Rex. See what kind of luck he has here. Gets the downward dog pattern. Oh, but he gets knocked off the wall a few times. So D-Rex has a couple different patterns. He can do this sort of angled, where he comes at X with an angle. He can try to chomp X by coming straight across the top, or he can do this big purple spark ball. And the purple spark ball is pretty hard to dodge sometimes, but it's also much easier to predict where D-Rex is going to be and dish out efficient damage on him. So no problems there for ShadowZero, and he's going to move into the final sequence of the stage, 3 fights away from completing this run. Looks like he's gonna use the farming technique, charged rolling shield. It doesn't disappear if it kills the enemy that you run into, and these guys died to 1 hit from the rolling shield, so you can sit here and farm as long as you like with the rolling shield to fill up your sub tanks and or ammo if you would happen to die in the fights somewhere. Decides that's enough and is going to finish his climb. The problem with using the rolling shield to farm is that you do have to menu to get off of it before the dogfight, as Shadow does here. Shadow not opting for the heck dog strat. It is pretty complicated. It decides to just do normal ice strats. Taking a bit of a pummeling here already from this dog. Maybe perhaps utilizing the wall a bit too much. You'll notice most runners try to stay on the ground while fighting the dog. And that's because the dog can sort of chase you up the wall and beat you up there. Makes it much more difficult to hit him as well. And on to the Jedi fight. Pretty straightforward fight for seasoned runners. Ooh, Shadow not opting to utilize the wall, is just going to go with the direct shots to the face. The typical strat here is to shoot sparks on the wall in the proper timing that Jedi will run into them himself. But Shadow seems to know what he's doing, not taking any damage, and is into the final fight. "16 hits away from completing this run." He's, I believe, got 2 full sub tanks and quite a bit of health, so should be fairly smooth sailing. This is a very difficult fight. I know I struggled with it casually, even with 4 full sub tanks and max health and armor. He's gonna have to use. Oh, he's only got a little bit in that second sub tank. He's gonna have to be very careful here. Takes another hit. Oh, I'm not sure if the lightning will put him down right now. He's got to be very, very careful. He's got 1 sub tank. Oh, and he crashes into the face. Use your last sub tank. And this is going to be it. Hasn't dished out much damage to Big Sig here yet. But starting to put some hurt on him. Let's go. Just avoid the damage. Ooh, gets trapped in the corner by the claw. Gets a double hit. Oh, and another lightning. Oh, man. This is close. He's going to have to be very, very careful here. Oh, 1 health remaining. Can he pull it off? No, sub tanks are still empty. And a fire breath to the face takes him down. So with that, ShadowZero rather, sorry, he's going to need to farm up quite a bit of ammo for not only the dog and the Jedi, but his rolling shield as well for Big Sig. And top off his sub tanks while he's at it, I suppose. I didn't hear the sub-tank fill sound. Pretty sure that was an extra life sound and he started climbing up. But yeah, he's just got a little bit in that second sub-tank again, but his ammo is full, so he's going to give it another go here. Hopefully things go a little better this time. Trying to not take so much damage on the dog. See, you see the dog's climbing all the way up, following Shadow as he scales the wall. So does the dog. But it seems to be a bit better dog fight this time around. Missing some shots here now, though. Gonna have to finish him off. It loses about half of his health in the dog fight. So, gonna have to be careful through the Jedi in the final sequence again, with only one sub-tank to refill. Already takes a hit from the Jedi, so he's down to 3 health. Probably best to just use your sub-tank now, yeah. Nope, just the little one, okay. Yeah, I think he's got enough health to survive another hit from the Jedi. I'm not sure with the armor. I'm pretty, without the armor, I'm pretty sure a Jedi hit would take him out. Nope. Down to 2 health now, so probably best to just use your sub-tank. Man, that was a close goal. Shadow. Man. He's getting the hits now. Only 3 more to go, I think. Oh, he takes a Jedi headbutt. And he's going to need to refill his ammo again. But this time he's got to... Oh, he's just going to go. Just going to go for it. Okay, he's not going to have very much ice for this dogfight. Come on, Shadow, you got this. Yeah, he's got less than half of his stock of ice here. He's going to have to be a little bit conservative, but it should be enough to finish the dog as long as he doesn't miss too many shots. I'm a little more concerned about his... oh, he's out of ice already. I'm pretty concerned about where his spark ammo is going to be, though. Okay, finishes his dog. He's got a bit more health this time. Yeah, he's not going to have enough spark here to finish Jedi, I don't think. So he's going to have to resort to the 1 damage buster shots. Oh, he takes another hit from Jedi right away. Going to have to be careful when he takes another one. You're going to use your sub-tank here? You're already out of sparks. Oh, man, this is frustrating. You can do this. Buster only 1 damage shots for the rest of this fight. It's going to take a while. It can be done. Okay, yeah, this fight is difficult with the Buster. He's getting some damage on him. Slowly but surely, whittling him down. 1 grain of rice at a time. The blue shots don't do any more. I think a full charged pink shot might do 2 damage, but I'm not positive. Other than that, everything else does 1, except for the spark does 2. Oh, and he takes another death! Oh, man. Shadow. Gonna have to farm up this time, I believe. No, he's gonna go Buster only. Yeah, he pulls out the rolling shield. He's gonna do a bit more farming, try to refill his ammo. We'll probably have 2 sub-tanks this time. Full ones. And should be able to finish it up this time. This is the one. I know it. Okay, done farming. Gonna make his way up. He's gonna finish this one. This is the one. You got this, Shadow. You need to press start. Advance the text. Let's go. Oh, and he didn't farm long enough. He's only got a handful of ice. So he's gonna have to Buster Duel the dog here. I think his spark is full though, so he will have the sparks needed for Jedi. So he's gonna have to handle the dog. Bit easier of a Buster fight. You can do more damage to the dog than Jedi with the Buster. One more shot to go, and the dog goes down. He's actually got a bit more health than the last couple goes, so in pretty good shape here. He's got full sparks, if you can find them. There they are. Yeah, full sparks, quite a bit of health. Takes some damage right away, though. Gotta be careful in this Jedi fight. Jedi does do quite a bit of damage. Ooh, he takes another hit. He's doing this technique where he slides down the wall and shoots the Jedi as he comes towards him, and he's taking knees to the face for it. He's going to take another hit. Time to use your sub-tank. Don't. Oh my gosh. Okay, he's got 2 full sub-tanks. Fills up. He's going to get the Jedi here. Put him down. 2 more shots. 1 more, and he's down. Okay, 1 full sub-tank, full health. You got this, ShadowZero. I believe in you. Now, this fight is very dangerous, right? The claws do something like 8 damage per hit, and the lightning does something like a dozen. So it's quite punishing to make any mistakes in this fight. It's a good start here, gets up on the claw right away, not taking any damage, dishing out quite a bit of his own. Got him halfway down already, looking good. This is the one. Missing a few shots. Errant rolling shield. Takes a lightning. Might be time to bust out that sub-tank. Ooh, he's off the claw again. Only a couple more shots. 1 more to go. Oh, misses it. Yeah, sub-tank now, please. You got this. 1 more to go. Full health. Get up there. Finish him. And he Shadow finishes with a 51-52, it looks like. So, GG's to both our runners. And we'll be getting our second race of this set underway here pretty soon. This is a best of 3, so ShadowZero's got another chance. And we'll be right back with round 2 of this best of 3 matchup. The final match of the group stage of the MMX Any Tournament. So stick around. Ah, hello. It looks like I've been joined by Profection, another stellar commentator for this likely last matchup of the group stage. How you doing, Pro?
Well, hello there, good sir. And how are we on this fine Mega Man X Any Percent evening?
No, it's always good when I'm watching Mega Man X. So, and Two Stop has been putting on quite the show with some very, very interesting strats. ShadowZero putting forth a valiant effort. So it's been good. It's been good. Looks like race 2 should be starting up here pretty soon. Two Stop got a 36 something in the first race. Oh, and we're off. Here we go. Well, ShadowZero I think got like a 51. I'm not positive. So, ShadowZero takes a bonk right away from the rolling guy. Again, the intro is all about mashing, so let's see some high speed mashing from both players here. Two Stop going for half the taco strat, looks like, where he eliminates some of these helicopter guys so that they don't bust the road. Oh, but he does crash into the blue guy, so he's going to have to be a little leery of the B patterns here. Oh, he's going for the one bonk strat. He gets a passive B, so he's going to have plenty of health for the second B. ShadowZero gets the machine gun B, so he too is going to be in fine shape for the second B.
Absolutely. Health conservation is very important for this first stage. As we know, the bees do a lot of damage, so just getting through with enough for task cars is one thing, but you know, most people have trouble just getting through it alive. Ooh, Two Stop. Good save there with the wall kicks. You can fall to your death actually fairly easily in this first stage, so it's good that he stayed alive there.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to miss jumps, especially when you're trying to do those tight jumps that break less of the crumbling road. But Two Stop here has a little bit of extra health, so he's going to go for the task cars, and ShadowZero takes a death. Oof, that is going to hurt. Fortunately, was past the checkpoint, so he doesn't have to restart the entire stage. But he's going to have a lot of health he's got to get rid of before the ship here. We'll see how he decides to go about that.
Now with the ship, if you're not fast enough with your mashing, you can actually get, you know, one extra car. You want to have 2 cars, that's optimal, but if you're too slow, you can get more than 2 cars, and that's just, you know, we don't want that in speedruns, so.
No, looks like ShadowZero's taken out both of these first 2 cars. Probably going to try to hang on to this third car, or maybe just take some punches in the face for Vile. No, he takes out the third car, so he's going to have to get his health down quite a bit in order to trigger the trapping sequence from Vile and be able to progress through the game. It looks like he's not going to take any damage. He's just going to do the normal strat and take what Vile gives him, which is going to be several punches in the mouth, I think.
Fairly consistent, but the dental bill is kind of excessive there. I'm sure he can handle it, though.
Yeah. So Vile just pounding away here for a little bit. One more punch should be enough, I think. Oh, he does the charge punch. Don't get too close to him now. He misses the first 2 trap shots, but now he's trapped, and we'll be able to progress through the sequence. Two Stop, meanwhile, on his way through the boothless portion of Chill Penguin. Pretty straightforward, holding right until the point at which you must hold left. Some jumping. Some interesting tech, though, you can do these slope jumps. While walking down a slope, X jumps higher and is actually moving a little bit faster. So by jumping while walking down the slope, at the end of the slope, you can actually maintain that extra speed for the duration of the jump, which is just a little longer. It speeds up the process just a little bit. You see him doing some turnaround slope jumps as well before collecting his boots here.
It's pretty nice. You get a lot of benefit just from jumping on slopes, even if you're not speed running. You can still just move faster. It's a good strat.
Nice no stop hallway from two stop here. No stops for two stop. You see these slope jumps again. Normally you can't reach the top of those pillars. Two stop opting out of bottom route this time is going to go top. Last route he took the downstairs, which you don't see very often. It's a little slower, but in the interest of swag. Oh, struggling a bit through this snowball section is two stop, but gonna have to be a little. Gonna have to be a little careful in this penguin fight. Penguin dishes out a lot of damage, and some of the strats we utilize can be a bit risky. So shouldn't be a problem for a veteran like two stop.
Two stop's been doing a lot of swag strats in this tournament. Really, to be honest, he's making it look good.
Yeah, he's just having fun out here, and that's the whole point, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So one more shot should wrap up Chill Penguin here for two stop as ShadowZero picks up his Nikes and get to dash now.
I think Shadow actually picked up a pair of Reeboks.
Oh.
It's okay. We won't hold it against him.
Yeah, they're just as fast, I think. Oh, he loses the mech here. Gonna have to. Oh, he jumps out of it again.
Yeah, a good strat when you're in the mech, if you're jumping out of it and you don't want, or I'm sorry, if you don't want to jump out of it, if you hold down and forward, X will not leave the mech. So keep that in mind, future Mega Man X runners out there.
Yeah, the way to exit the mech is to hold up and press jump again, or just hold up and press jump in general. You can exit it while on the ground or in the air. So he must have just been holding a diagonal up while trying to jump with the mech, and we jumped out of it instead. Ooh, taking a bunch of damage from Penguin already. You're going to have to be very careful for the rest of this fight. One more crash into Penguin or one of his ice sculptures, and it will be the end for ShadowZero. Two stop not opting for the elevator skip again after
he looks serious right now, two stop.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned at the beginning of the first race, two stop does have some incentive to try to go extra fast here. There are 4 buys available in the bracket round, and currently the time to beat to get yourself a buy is 32.08. So any 31 or a very low 32 for two stop will net him a buy in the first round of the bracket, if I understand the seating correctly.
Oh, getting some nice swag jumps too, man. He's got those gaps.
Yeah, the gap jumps are very cool. That X, I think Zam told me the other day that it's a 2-pixel window. There are 2 pixels you can line up to where X can fit through the gap of the ladder and not have to grab the ladder itself, which is pretty slow. And gap jumps, very difficult, but much faster and cool.
Oh, but he missed. Oh no, he picked it back up. The Kawanger Tango. Normally, you just want to do a full charge shot, dash at Boomer Kawanger, and start jumping once he starts his little headbutt motion to grab. Oh, goodness!
Oh, man. Two stop takes a death. I didn't see exactly what happened there, but that's unfortunate. So he's going to wait for his charge and give this another go.
He should be fine. I think it was just a miscalculation on D-pad input there. So yeah, he picks up the Kawanger Tango again. It's a decent strat. It's fairly simple. You just want to jump while Kawanger's in his head grab animation. He'll try to grab, but if you jump at the right time, X will not be grabbable. So
yeah, Two Stop took a bunch of damage at the end of that fight. Again, going for the Doppler effect strat, but getting a little ahead of himself. And and crashing into Kawanger instead of getting into position to CFO or Doppler affect him. So, but he gets the job done in his second try. ShadowZero makes his way up the outside of Kawanger.
Every little mishap does give Shadow more and more time, so he could catch up. I'm not sure, though, of the overall outcome just because of the, I don't know what the word is, veteran aspect of the thing. Goodness gracious.
Two stop. Having suffered that death is, I think, throwing seriousness to the window and out the window, and is going for some more swag strats again. Goes for the chameleon potato grab or harvest, we call it sometimes. Does not get the phantom grab of the heart and suffers a death for the try. But, what is this?
I have no idea.
Did he just let go right there on accident? Fell straight down the pit. ShadowZero, though, into the teleport phase of the Quanger fight. Still moving around quite a bit. I guess he doesn't know that you can just sort of stand in the middle for the rest of the fight, but he gets the job done. Does not suffer the death.
You know, he's gaining a lot of time on two-stop. I don't know what he's doing, what he's thinking.
Yeah, two-stop is... he's not very far ahead now. Entering the cave again, taking a few bonks. This cave, the randomness of this cave is kind of frustrating. The big rock guys are always in the same position, but the small rocks that fall are random. And it can be pretty tough to either react to them by dodging them or sniping them with your buster.
And he's coming to the nice section where people like to put their own special touches on, but two stop's doing some good work here. No stop, just continuing forward, and gets to the boss door. I always love that section. Yeah,
it's a pretty straightforward and fun section. Everything dies to either 1 or 2 hits, so you can sort of spruce it up in a variety of different ways. ShadowZero goes up, going to fight RT55J to get himself the armor again, as expected. While two stop is taking down Sting Chameleon, the simplest of the bosses in the game. Ooh, ShadowZero's gonna have to be a little careful here. Taking a bit of damage from old green biker dad. 1 health left. Oh my goodness. Please. Oh, and he gets him.
Oh, he got him. He got him, yeah. Great English.
And he gets the toe, too, so...
It's a legit run.
It's a legit run.
Two stop will be progressing to Octo stage.
Eagle.
Well,
did he pick Octo? Oh, so he's gonna reset. Ooh, and Shadow takes a death.
This is
chaos.
Certainly a run, you guys.
So what two stop did there, after having selected the wrong stage, he reset the console. The last password that was generated by the game is automatically propagated to the password screen. So by resetting and selecting password, you could just mash start to pick up where you had gotten your last password, which was after defeating Chameleon. Allows two stop to go to Storm Eagle, the correct 4th stage of the run.
This is insane. This run right now is just chaos, utter chaos for both runners.
Let's see if two stop can hit the leap of the death kick.
Oh,
no problems.
He got the death kick, but he didn't get the death part of it. So he's probably gonna have to reset for that.
I think he's had enough death already. this run.
All right, so Shadow will dispatch Chameleon with little effort, I'm sure. And two stop's got the weakness for Storm Eagle. He will not have an issue, despite Eagle probably trying to dive on him. So there is that. That's the beauty of any percent and the Chameleon third 100% route.
He gets the hover right away. That's a pretty good start. Goes underneath the Eagle. Never seen that strat. Is he going to get the no dive? Oh, he's going to get 1 dive. He missed the last shot.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. He had no dives for the duration of the first race. So already 1 dive worse than his entire last race.
Will he still have more swag in store for us, though, this race?
I'm hoping he nails that Koang or refight skip in Sigma 1.
Oh yeah, for sure. What a guy.
Not always up to him or anyone. We'll see what happens. But 2-stop on to Spark Mandrill. Pretty cool stage, in my opinion. These ice shots are neat. You try to plant them inside of the enemy so that the ricochets also hit him, and they can deal a ton of damage that way. You notice how he can take down these big blue guys with a lot of health with only 2 shots. And then similar on these flamingos here in the hallway leading up to Thunder Slimer.
Decent hallway.
ShadowZero goes for the magic carpet ride, unable to get it again. But he does have that safety heart now. Do extra health. With Thunder Slimer giving 2-stop the business, getting a little bouncy.
That's good though. He came down. He came down on a lot of runs for people. He never comes down, so you got to deal with the couple boomers and going up for the Storm Eagle shot.
Yeah, ideally you see him come down and sort of just sit there. But ShadowZero picks up his first sub-tank in Storm Eagle. Making his way through these platforms. Oh man, those can be pretty dangerous if you start killing the enemies and things get sort of out of where you expect them to be. It's very easy to get hit by the flamethrower and knocked into that pit and suffer a death. So no problems for ShadowZero.
It looks like 2-stop's picking up his pace. I think he's turned on the serious button, and he's looking to just finish this game as fast as he can. And we have Mike Tyson punching at him. That's a disadvantage. It's not good. It's not fast. Because if you start throwing those ice shots at the wall, he'll actually hit those during his iframes, and Spark will not be damaged by them. So it wastes a little bit of time, but it looks like 2-stop had no problem there.
Yeah, and ShadowZero getting a good pattern from Eagle. No dives for him. So pretty friendly Eagle so far this run as well. To stop on to Flame Mammoth. I think if last race I remember correctly, yeah, ShadowZero going for he goes for Spark Mandrill. I'm pretty sure he did Mammoth 5th last time, but going to Spark, same as 2-stop. So
I believe so. Shadow's receiving some coaching from his friends in a Discord, so he might be switching up his tactics right now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if he picks up any extra. See, he's getting him another sub-tank here. He got this one last race as well. Gives him 2 sub-tanks.
Now, with the... Oh, never mind. I was going to ask if the Mammoth sub-tank would be faster, but you'd have to get the capsule and Mammoth for that, so never mind.
Yeah, which would also require getting the helmet from Eagle. But
right.
Either that or you go all the way up and around the long way, which is obviously, I think, much faster than grabbing both upgrade capsules.
Oh, certainly.
But I think the best choice for a second sub-tank. Eagle's the obvious choice for a first one, and the next choice, I think, is Mandrill. I think made the right decision there.
2-stop. Destroying Mammoth. No problems there. We all love Tornado with its hits on frame, so you have a really easy fight there. Has no problems. So every frame that the Storm Tornado is active, it is doing damage, or attempting to, which makes the Mammoth fight very easy. Let's see what 2-stop does in Armadillo stage here.
ShadowZero struggling a bit to get the heart here, but he got it now. Moving on. ShadowZero not going for the Phantom grab, or 2-stop rather, not going for the Phantom grab here in Dillo. He didn't do it last time. Pretty good Mandrill stage from ShadowZero. 2-stop riding on carts.
Oh! I haven't seen that before. Is it the Mole Miner? Is that the name of that NPC?
I think it's Mole Borer.
Mole Borer.
I think. Don't quote me on it, but that's what I've heard before.
Shadow had a good fight.
Yeah, no problems, no damage, no didn't look like he missed any shots, so good fight for him. Let's see what kind of pattern we get from Armored Armadillo.
Please no rolls.
There's 1 roll, 2 rolls, 3 rolls, 4, 5 rolls, 6 rolls, 7 rolls.
Pizza roll in chat, you guys.
Roll Armadillo rolling deep on that one. Oh man, that's unfortunate. You can't do any damage to Armored Armadillo until you remove his armor, and his initial roll can last as long as he likes. And that was pretty brutal for 2-stop. And ShadowZero following 2-stop's footsteps, picking up Flame Mammoth. 6th, I believe, leaving only Dillo and Octopus left. Grabs himself the Mammoth Heart here. And if he sticks to the same safeties as last time, which I imagine looks like he is, he'll pick up the Dillo Heart, and that'll be his final safety. 4 hearts, 2 sub-tanks in the armor. Pretty good suite of items. Well, 2-stop makes his way through the water stage.
Oh yeah, looking good. 2-stop's not... He hasn't taken any... Oh, he just took a little damage from a seahorse there, but nonetheless, he's on the first sub. He's looking good. Not a bad run for 2-stop right now, even with his mishaps in the earlier stages.
Ooh, man, 2-stop getting a little close to those spikes again. He did suffer a death there last run, but just a little scared this time. It's a death charge to the face, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, it's very rare for those charges not to hit someone in the face. Have seen it done though. Luis Miguel, Zam, Akiteru, I've watched all of them not take one to the face, and it was actually very pleasing.
Yeah, I mean it's not that uncommon that the missiles are in a position, but it's at least 4 out of 5 you're gonna get one right in the mouth.
Yeah, I would say it's uncommon.
Yeah, it's fairly uncommon to make it through there unscathed. So, ooh, man, spamming those rolling shields, putting the damage. Is he gonna get swirlyless again? No longer.
Wow.
For 2-stop. That's nice of Octo. Again, Octo has an attack, his energy drain attack, during which he's invulnerable, and none of those seen on 2-stop's side makes the fight much faster. ShadowZero opted for some Fire Wave. Fire Wave is a pretty cool weapon in my opinion. The only problem with it is fairly obvious in that it's kind of a lag machine, a lag cannon, if you will. But 2-stop finished up his 8 maps and moved on to the Sigma Fortress, where the real run begins. 2-stop nails the task leap this time.
What a guy. Beautiful movement.
Yeah, looking good. Hits the gap jump and everything. ShadowZero goes up. It dances around the health capsule and then goes back down.
So 2-stop here really doesn't want to let go of start. He wants to keep going and holding it so that this little segment can progress. Otherwise, he has a chance of soft locking. No problem. Zero jumps on Vile's back, and he will explode.
Yeah, and ShadowZero gets a much better pattern than 2-stop from Armadillo. Only like 2 or 3 rolls, I think. Oh, but he's run out of sparks. 1 dash lemon to finish him off. And he'll be on his way to launch Octopus. Meanwhile, 2-stop going to take down Vile. One of my favorite fights to practice.
Oh yeah, this fight is very good. when you do it right. It looks so good, and all the sounds and everything is just great. I have noticed when people don't move forward enough and they don't get those first 1 or 2 rolls on Vile, it can become very difficult. So optimizing where Vile actually is after he jumps over X is very important. Same in Hundo, really.
Yeah. So let's see what Two Stop has for us here.
Will he get it?
Come on. 2 boomerangs, no drop. Oh man. Just a bit of bad luck there. ShadowZero takes down the first sub, gets a refill on his health and his ammo. See if he gets Two Stop gets the double hit here. Very nice.
Not bad.
So the thing about after getting the upgrade from Zero, we're able to charge all of our weapons to the pink variant, which is the upgraded version, and you get a different attack for each weapon. All bosses take 3 damage from their primary weakness and 4 damage from the charged version of it. So, and they have 32 health. So if you're able to get 2 hits with the charged version of a weapon, it actually saves 1 hit over the course of the fight, taking you down from 11 hits to 10, which is pretty handy. That's sort of up to Kwanger on what pattern he decides to give you there. But
Shadow had a little extra lag there from the Utuboros, but not a problem. He's going into Octo. Meanwhile, Two Stop he's had 1 baby drop from Bow Spider, 2 baby drops from Bow Spider now. We don't want those. We just want Bow Spider to come down as fast as she can and just blam her to death.
Yeah. That's the 3rd set of babies. Yeah, throwing babies just sort of delays Spider coming down and just is a needless time loss. So Two Stop misses a cycle there. We didn't have the charge ready in time. Not sure what happened there. Only 1 more hit to go, though. Easy pattern. Ooh, and he dashes right into Big Mama. And another set of babies for his trouble. Oh, he death! No! No, Two Stop. Is it a game over? No, because he had to...
ShadowZero dispatches Octo, no problem, going into Sigma 1. That's rough. That's very unfortunate.
Rough death for Two Stop. So now he's going to have not enough ice for this fight. Is he going to go Buster only here? It looks like he's going to go for the Buster strats. The idea here with the Buster strats is to, again, you have a lot of time to charge up. So you want to use the pink shots, but you don't want to be too close to Mama Spider when you fire your pink shot, because the blast shield that you see come off the backside of X actually is also in front of him slightly and only deals 1 damage, whereas the rest of the particles of the full charge pink shot do, I believe, 3, maybe just 2. I think it's 3 though. We'll see. He's got 4 health right now. If you can, yeah, it's 3 damage.
Yeah, it's 3 for sure.
So 1 damage left to go. He's gonna finish. Goes for the fire wave finish.
Fire wave.
Gets hit in the face for it, but gets it on the 2nd try. ShadowZero making his way up to the refight skip here. About 3 kicks in the gap there. Makes it over to the wall. So the first part of the skip is achieved. See if you can get the second part. You need to make it to the 2nd door before this text box closes all the way. And then you also need to fire a rolling shield along the ground before it closes. And then hold start. It looks like he's got it going here. As long as he doesn't let go of start, he should be fine. And Zero's on the back. It's the quick variation too, where Zero's text box doesn't open up all the way.
Ooh, Two Stop threw out his tornado a little early, came back, took no damage, and threw another one. Not bad. Good recovery there.
Okay, the Chill Penguin refight. Again, oh, man. This is another fight where, since the fire wave deals damage while you're charging, unlike other weapons, it's easy to get charged hits. Oh, and Two Stop is just getting...
4 slides. Goodness gracious.
My goodness. So he's not even... I don't think he got a single charge hit out of all the ones he threw. They all went on iframes, so... it's going to be 1 extra hit in the fight. Usually you can get 2 pretty easily 2 charged hits with the fire wave and save a hit that way. Sometimes if the slides are in just the right places, you can get 5 hits and save one more hit. But not the case here for 2-stop.
He's gonna go for these gaps. One gap jump out of 4 or 3.
Nah, 4. 1 for 4. Not bad though. Gap jumps are pretty tight. 2 pixel windows to fit in that gap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They feel great though.
See if Eagle continues his trend of being friendly to our runners in these races tonight. Looks like 2-stop's gonna get 2 dives. Nope, 3 dives. Missed the shot. Yeah. And ShadowZero utilizing the corner strats again, pretty safe up there. Quanger can hit you with the boomerang from the top of his head if he decides to throw it from directly under you, but nothing else can reach you.
Just a reminder that used to be the actual strat for everybody a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward and safe strat. Just sort of spam missiles from the top corner.
Let's see what kind of eyes 2-stop gets. He's got a green eye.
Ooh,
into the
nice
nose.
Double hit green on the right green eye. That's a pretty tight window to get the hit with the ice and then the hit with the sea sting. And the reason 2-stop shoots the ice there is because the eyes have 10 health. So 3 sea sting shots for 3 damage apiece is 9 damage, leaving the eye with 1 health. So one of the hits on each eye can be from any weapon, and the ice just gets there faster, allowing that double hit that 2-stop was able to execute. A very good fight from 2-stop. Now ShadowZero taking on Mama Spider here.
Big Mama. Looks like he's opting just for standard ice shots, which will only do 3 damage to her instead of 4. So it will take a little bit longer. And 2-stop gets the Armadillo refight skip. So he'll be going into Chameleon, no problem.
Yeah. ShadowZero's idea here is that instead of trying to react to the baby spiders while reading a pattern, you can just use a mid-charge shot or the green shot to sort of sweep them away while he tries to read the pattern, and then just use the regular ice shots. Ooh, man. Probably, yeah, time to pop that sub-tank. Not a whole lot of energy in those sub-tanks.
He's getting a little overzealous. Ooh, good pattern there. Some runners will utilize a pause buffer, so they'll pause and see after the green lines have shown up on screen, and you can kind of visualize where she will be, and that makes it a little easier. But Shadow dispatches her.
Yeah, the pause buffer strat is just a way to give yourself a little more time to read the pattern, because Mama Spider's patterns, once they show up on screen, you can predict exactly where she's going to be and how she's going to get there, because she crosses every green line she comes to on the way down. And so by pausing, you just give yourself a little bit more time. But ShadowZero doesn't need it. Takes down Mama Spider and is on to Sigma 2. Meanwhile, 2-stop has already made short work of Sting Chameleon and Spark Mandrill and is into the Launch Octopus refight. Again, watch out for the laundry cycles. Easy to take a lot of damage here. And you do have 2 more refights. There's a laundry cycle. 2-stop goes into it. Ooh, man, loses a couple health. I thought that could have been the infinite combo, but
it always can. That's the scary part of it.
Yeah. ShadowZero taking a bit of damage in the Penguin fight here. Just gotta keep that fire wave on Penguin, and he can't do anything. No slides so far yet, though, I don't think. There's the first one. Oh, my. 2-stop nod opting for the top route top off before the Flame Mammoth D-Rex combo wombo. Feels like he's in a pretty safe spot, and I would probably agree here. But
that
anything can happen. Ooh, and 2-stop takes some damage from Flame Mammoth, so he's going to be in a one-hit KO scenario here going into D-Rex. ShadowZero going to go for the rolling shield strat here, try to maybe get some energy in his sub-tanks.
It's still a good strat, in my opinion.
The rolling shield?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've used it in 100% because you have to have full health to auto.
It'll clutch it for you. D-Rex doing some chomps here on two-stop. Doesn't look like two-stop's having any of it.
And it looks like he's going to get the clean finish here with the spark balls. Makes it much easier to predict. Once he starts moving slow like that, you know he's going for the spark and can react accordingly. ShadowZero opting for some Buster strats here on Eagle. Used a bit of his C Sting throughout this stage and decides he wants to save some of it for Rang to Bang. Not a terrible idea.
It's not bad.
And two-stop, meanwhile, on to the fourth and final Sigma stage. 3 fights away from clinching victory here and securing his place in the bracket round of this tournament. ShadowZero taking some strikes. Didn't want to use the C Sting there because he works so hard to save his ammo. And two-stop taking a bunch of damage from this dog. You gotta get out of there. Oh my gosh. Oh! Ooh, man.
It's a rough death.
Yeah, it's not as bad as dying to, you know, the final form or Jedi because you haven't progressed that far, right? You don't even have to. You gotta refight the dog.
You don't have to recharge or anything like that. It's just a matter of zoning yourself and figuring out where you need to be a little better. That dog can be very hard to read.
Yeah, it looks like ShadowZero's run out of C Sting as he feared. Only 3 HP left though on Rangda, and Shadow wraps him up cleanly. Well, two-stop is able to get the dog down this time. Did take a bit of damage though, so is going to be likely in a one-hit KO scenario going into the final fight after this Jedi. See if two-stop goes for any of the fancy stuff that he tried to show us last run. It did cost him his life last run though, so I don't know that we'll see it again.
And again, Jedi Sigma is more of a rhythm-based fight. It's not that difficult once you get the hang of it, but until you get the hang of it, it can be difficult. You just got to find the rhythm. Man,
ShadowZero taking his time executing the skip, but looks like he's done it. Will not have to refight Dillo. Sorry, Dillo, only one appearance in these speedruns. And two-stop into the final sequence. 16 rolling shields away. See if he can do it. This is a very dangerous fight now. The Lightning, I think, will one hit KO two-stop here, so he's going to have to be very careful. Can, I think, take one hit from a claw if it comes over and gets in the way. But, he falls off the claw. It's very dangerous down on the ground. You never know.
Oh, what a beast. He shot a Dillo roll from the wall. What a guy.
Very nice finish from two-stop. 36-20. Wraps up this matchup. Two-stop taking the victory. Very nicely done. And ShadowZero wraps up Sting Chameleon.
Well done for two-stop. An official time on SRL of 36-22. He gave us a good run. A few mishaps in the earlier stages and still pulls out on top.
A couple of nice big healths there for ShadowZero to put some juice in his tanks. And take on Spark Mandrill here.
Spark Mandriller. Yeah, so again, whenever he punches, Spark will have the opportunity to not be damaged by your ice shots because he is punching during his iframes. So Shadow is opting to jump up on either wall just to make sure that he's safe during any opportune punch moment that Spark decides he has.
ShadowZero going for the Buster strats here and gets swallowed by some fish for his trouble there. But the end of launch Octopus, again, dangerous to refight, but ShadowZero's got quite a bit of health as well as the armor, so she doesn't have too much to worry about here.
You know, every time Octo swirlies, I have flashbacks to high school, and it's a sad time for me.
Well, there's round 2. Each one of those loses about 3 seconds.
Well done. He didn't die on Octo. So the next fight should be fairly simple once he gets there, using some charge Sea-Sting chameleon action.
Yeah, Shadow does opt for the top route, top off here. Gonna have plenty of health for Flame Mammoth and D-Rex.
You can use the Boomer Cutter to cut off Mammoth's trunk, and he won't do any more of that oil, but he will still throw the fire at you from his Buster, it seems.
Yeah, it's a pretty, it's a bad strat. It's cool that, like, you cut off his trunk or whatever, but, like, it has no benefit at all because it takes away his 2 attacks that don't do any damage and leaves him with only his fire cannon and the ability to jump around the room at you.
Let's see what D-Rex does. All right, D-Rex is already trying to hammer the wall, but he goes for the spark.
Yeah, as I said before, the spark is probably one of the better patterns. It does do a lot of damage, but Shadow's got a lot of health here in the armor. So as long it just keeps D-Rex's head stationary and easy target, and ShadowZero's no problems taking down D-Rex. Gonna move on to the Sigma 4 with potential to
the final fights.
Yeah, he does still have potential to PB, actually. So let's cheer on Shadow and try and get him to PB if he remembers to push start.
Yeah, you gotta push a button here, Shadow. Come on.
Oh, come on, dude. Don't.
Because you're throwing your PB away. Push a button.
You know, I feel like he was just trying to
add some suspense.
Yeah, there you go.
He's gonna opt for the rolling shield here to farm up. So the PB chances are out the window now. If the number I have is correct at 4219 being his PB, there's no way to PB from here.
Another side note here. All of the color schemes of X's weapons, whenever he swaps weapons, I love all the colors in this game. They are fantastic. Just the entire design of the game is just fantastic in my opinion. And when you get, for example,
Shadow has 1.5 sub tanks, so he doesn't take a bunch of damage from the dog or the Jedi, and we'll see a good finish here. Maybe a race PB or something like that would be cool.
When you get to Jedi Sigma and you're hitting him on the wall with the spark, and you figure out, hey, these sparks travel down the wall and they hit him. That's another just key little factor of the design of the game that people don't usually realize. You know, I think it's a great piece to this awesome game.
Pretty good dogfight there. Didn't take a whole lot of damage, so if he can get out of this Jedi fairly unscathed, he's gonna have a good chance at wrapping it up here. First try, and maybe get himself a race PB. Oh, there's a hit. Be careful with the strat he's using.
He is getting awfully low on the wall there.
Yeah, and he's not using the wall to time the sparks. He's going for the straight shots at the face. What happens is when you try to get down that low, you end up baiting Jedi back down. But he gets through the fight pretty good. He's got about half health left with 1 full sub tank, and I think about a half.
Yeah, he can take a lightning no problem once.
Yeah,
without a sub.
Yeah, so he's gonna be in pretty good shape here. Hopefully he can get some favorable patterns and dish out a bunch of damage and wrap this fight up. Ooh, takes the lightning. Gonna have to
he can take one more.
Yeah, you better pop that half a tank. There we go. Yeah, I agree with that decision completely. It's getting some damage on him now, not falling down on the claws. Not taking very many risks. Just gonna keep the pressure on. One more shot to go, and ShadowZero finishes up with a 43.09.
Not bad, not bad. GG's to both runners.
Official race spot time of 43.10. So good stuff from ShadowZero. I guess that's not a race PB, but still pretty close to his PB. Less than a minute off of his own PB. So solid run from ShadowZero. I don't know what we have coming up next. I'm gonna see. I wonder if we have anybody wants to do an interview or anything. Two Stop's already bailed. But,
I mean, I can always translate the final credits here.
yeah, you do that while I try to see if these guys want to do an interview.
The war has ended for now, and peace has been restored. But those sacrificed themselves for the victory will never return.
We're waiting for the next paragraph.
Exhausted, X gazes at the destruction he helped cause and wonders why he chose to fight. Was there another way? Standing on the cliff, the answers seem to escape him. He only knows that he'll fight the Mavericks again before he finds his answer. ... How long will he keep on fighting? How long will his pain last? Maybe only the X-Buster on his hand knows for sure.
Thank you for that beautiful rendition of the closing sequence. It looks like we're joined by ShadowZero here. Hey, ShadowZero, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you guys?
Doing good, doing good. I was
Very, very entertained.
I hope you were entertained. I was looking at the entire stream the entire time, and while I have a lot of things to say about Double Stop. God damn it. I didn't expect him to die. I didn't at all. So I was just like, oh, that happened?
Yeah, he had a few hiccups, some uncharacteristic deaths from Two Stop, but also put together some pretty cool swag strats.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely,
it's Double Stop's quite the character. I always enjoy watching his runs, and your runs pretty good too. How close you were? Less than a minute off your PB on that last one.
Yeah. What was it? I'm pretty sure I died somewhere in this run. I'm not. Look, I can't even remember where I even died in this run, but even with the intro screw up, I think I was only maybe around 40 seconds behind. I came back during Sig 1, but around Sig 3, I started getting a lot of time loss. So
yeah, the fortresses can be pretty chaotic for some newer runners, less experienced runners, and for seasoned veterans as well. It looks like we're joined by Two Stop as well. How you doing, Two Stop? Welcome.
Hello.
Hey, congrats on your win and locking up a 3-0 start to the group round.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Thank you.
Advancing to the bracket.
Shadow.
Yeah, you too, man. It was a pleasure racing you.
Likewise.
Though I do wish I do wish you got that 31 though. I wanted to see that 31. I was cheering you on the entire time, dude.
I was curious what you were gonna do, Two Stop, because I don't know if you knew, but like any 31 would have netted you a bye in the bracket. But I know that you like to go for some of those really cool swag strats, so I was interested to see where your choice was, and you went with some of the swag stuff right away. That bottom route in Penguin was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was like that I would get a buy if I got some time until like halfway through the second run, and by that point it was already a disaster.
So, what made you go for the heart in Chameleon stage, if I may ask?
Well, I don't know, just for fun. I saw the drop, so I figured I might as well go for it.
Have you ever practiced that grab before?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Oh, that's cool. That would have been cool to see, but I appreciate the try. What else? What else did you do? Oh, that Quanger skip in the or not the Quanger skip, but the elevator skip in the first run didn't go exactly as you planned, did it?
Yeah, that was kind of funny. I just like fell right through that little gap.
Yeah,
It's
the
never
gap on
happened
the
to me
right
before.
Yeah, and then you had to go all the way back around and end up. I think he died on one of the spikes. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing is,
what happened during that death in the cave, by the way? Remember looking at that at a glance. 'Cause yeah, I don't know. I just like let go of my D-pad, I guess. I don't know. D-pad's kind of finicky.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Either like a kind of finicky D-pad, or your thumb just slipped off the controller or something like that, and you just because you stopped moving and fell straight down the hole. It was baffling a little bit. Unfortunately, you weren't able to get the Kwanger skip. I saw you go for that both runs. You got dropped the first time, but
yeah, I mean, it's like frame perfect garbage, so you can't always get it.
Yeah, you just
I think that was the first time I got a drop my 6 runs as well. So
yeah, but you were able to get it in the relay, which was super awesome.
Yeah, that was nice.
Some cool stuff.
Yeah, what else? What else did you do that I thought was cool? Oh, that dance you did with Chameleon, where you would shoot him and then jump over the top of him and stuff.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I had all these like swag strats practiced like a month ago, and then we never ended up being able to schedule our match, so I just kind of like forgot about them. And then it's like, oh well, I might as well go for them. It's not like they're difficult or anything, but it just ended up being like half-assed swag strats and then a half-assed actual run.
Yeah, well, it was fun to watch nonetheless. Again, thanks to both the runners. And if you guys in chat haven't yet, you should definitely follow both Two Stop and ShadowZero. Both awesome dudes. What else do you do? Some Yoshi's Island stuff as well, right? Two Stop.
I haven't done Yoshi's in a while, but I was thinking of going back to it after the tournament. I was doing Momodora for a while.
Yeah. And what else do you do, Shadow? I know you got some other speed projects, don't you?
I do Resident Evil 4. And that's basically almost about it, and almost half of the entire series of X. So, which I'm looking forward to the X4 tourney that's coming up. So.
Yeah, that should be a good one. If you guys haven't signed up for that yet and you're thinking about it, make sure you get on it because signups are closing eventually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, almost. I'd say almost anybody can really come in. Actually, I'd say it's beginner friendly. Really, there's a bunch of tutorials out there. We're not really 100% determined on what the category is, but I don't know. Maybe you can.
Mopey's gonna win.
No.
Calling it early. I don't know.
All right. Let's go, I guess.
Oh yeah, X4. If X4 is a thing, Mopey's gonna win, hands down. Even with X, that's my call ahead of time.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. So, again, thanks guys for putting on a good show for us tonight. I don't know how much time we got or what's coming up next on this channel, but with the completion of this race, the group stage of this tournament is complete, and all of the runners now know whether or not they've made it to brackets. And can soon, I'm sure, we'll be able to start scheduling races for the bracket phase of this tournament. And that's why you see when you look at the schedule that has been linked in chat multiple times that there's no races on the schedule currently. That's because we don't know who we're racing at, but it'll be coming very soon. I know I look forward. Well, there will be a break with AGDQ coming up. There'll be about a week break, I'm sure. But the show will commence here very soon. So again, I want to say thanks to Double Stop and ShadowZero for putting on a good show. Obviously, shout outs to Fiesel and all of the Speed Gaming crew for hosting our tournament on the fabulous
every time
series of channels.
Yeah, thanks.
They put in so much work for this.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. And I guess we'll see you whenever the next races start to show up. So, any final thoughts from either runner? Shadow first. You got anything you want to say before we close out?
Nothing really, but stay tuned to Speed Gaming. That's about it.
Cool. Any thoughts about the bracket coming up? Two Stop.
I'm gonna have to step it up for sure. My group's got like 436s or something.
Dude, you gotta get the sub 31. Come on, man. Get your head together.
I'll do my best. Thanks for doing commentary, Walrus Pro.
Yeah,
Of course,
Yeah, dude, no
it's
problem.
always fun. So, thanks again, everyone, and I guess we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thanks for stopping in to Speed Gaming. Make sure you follow the runners and the channel. You guys have a good night.